How would it connect to that? What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Uwajeh. We're locked in. This is on the clock for Fightland. Now, it's a new series on Starz. So we got to go through the characters. We got to break them down. This is not a recap. We do have a recap that'll be up tomorrow. We got a breakdown of the season trailer that'll air once we get off of here. But we're going to do maybe 2 to 3 hours and just talk about this show. I will say this. Overall, the show is straight. It's different. It's in the UK. It's pertaining to drugs. It's a boxer that went to jail. He gets out. He's trying to seek revenge. So it's cool as of right now. The storyline's easy to follow. It ain't like where they introducing us to 25 different characters. We got to figure out who is who. It's pretty straightforward with who we got. As you see, we got Duke, the main character. Then on the side, we got Zeke, and then his sister, C. Well, she don't go by Cece. She likes to go by Cebella. But We got Cece, we got Zeke, we got Duke who just got out. Kingsley, he's on the run at the moment. Who else we got? We got Jay, Mr. Rodriguez, Armando. So we got a couple of characters, but it's not too hard to follow. What up, DeMarcus? Overall, I give, from what I've seen, if the show continues to go like this, it'll be a solid 7.5 or 8. Obviously, it's just the first episode, so we really can't judge it off of anything. But I'm trying to think about the first time I seen Power. That first episode I seen Power, and then the first time I seen this. And I'm not comparing it to Power because it's a totally different perspective. He isn't a drug dealer as right now. He's not a drug dealer. He's just the siblings are the drug dealers, and he's trying to get even with their father. So he's not dealing drugs, but he's trying to mess up their thing, their whole organization. What up, RC? But we're gonna cover it. Like I said, so today I've been working my ass off. I got up this morning. I did a live with y'all for the first reaction for about an hour. I think we had like 230 people this morning. We will be doing a live for Raising Canaan after this. I'm gonna take like an hour break and then I'll get back on and we'll do Raising Canaan for maybe 3-4 hours. Again, we don't have that many characters to really cover over there, but I did the recap for this, the recap for Raising Canaan. I broke down the trailer for this, broke down the trailer for Raising Canaan. So I've been working as soon as I got off. But this here is pretty good. Kingsley, if you ever watched For Life, that was Kingsley. We only see him a little bit, but then he goes off and he's hiding and shit. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, I never seen Fight Night. But I'm trying not to judge this off of anything. But it's still, I gotta tell y'all my opinion. It's still like I've seen this before. You know what I mean? It's not bad, but I've seen this before. You know? It's like, all right, he gets out of jail, redemption tour. He gotta get back at it. He's mad at the nigga Kingsley because he was messing with Kingsley's wife, Joy. You see what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you was messing with your boss's wife. How you mad at the boss? Man, if you don't get your ass back to work. Him and his dad didn't see eye to eye, but he does come back over here. We call him Papa Duke. And Zeke is running it right now. Zeke has a new champion. So I guess for the first episode, since we don't necessarily know the characters, I'll probably go to Starz and get the character description. Because a lot of people haven't even watched the episode. A lot of people didn't even know it came out last night. So we'll probably go over the characters and then we'll just run through them because there's really no, other than Duke, there's really no main characters. You know what I mean? Duke's the main character and everybody else is an auxiliary character. So they're all around. What up, Cornelius? Yeah, see what I mean? It seems like we've seen this before. So that's why I always try to go into new series, new shows with an open mind and try not to compare it to anything. But it's just kind of hard not to make a comparison when it's a 50 Cent show and it's pertaining to drugs. So it's like you drop it right after we watch Raising Canaan, or they dropped it at the same time. I don't know. I didn't watch it till about noon. So we gonna watch it. Just put it like that. We gonna watch it. The first episode, I give it like a 7.5. It's good. But as I was talking to some other people before this even came out, I was wondering how are they going to do it? Because in London, they don't have guns like that. We got a full shootout on here in the first episode. You know how rare that is in London? Like the last shootout that actually happened that was significant was maybe around 23, where the dude had a shotgun. But it wasn't like the cartels and stuff. Cartels in London, they're there. But the cartels in London, they use London as a hub. So you got London and Amsterdam. Those are like the major hubs. They aren't like, the cartels aren't street dealing like how they are here in the States. Well, in the States. Over here, they just use it as a hub. They come in the ports and then they drop it off to whoever's going to get it. You're not really going to see the cartel too much in London. Nah, I wouldn't give this episode a solid 8. I'm looking at like 7.5. The episode was cool, but what we doing? We got a boxer that caught a body, gets out of jail, catches the body in jail, gets out. First of all, this guy wore, we'll get to it, but he got shot the night before. And this nigga wore the same jacket he got shot in to the gym. I was looking at this and said, wait a minute. We can't be fucking up this early in the show. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna talk about this on the clock. Fightland episode 1. The acting, I think they're doing a good job on the acting. The acting is good to me. It's just, they the English, you know what I mean? They English, you know what I mean? What's going on, Miss Renee? Yeah, I'm giving it a 7, but that's because it wasn't bad to me. So I won't give them a 6 or anything like that yet. They have to do bad. I'm pretty lenient. You got to be doing horrible for me to give you like a 5 or a 6, especially on primetime TV. So a 7 is usually where I like draw the line. It has to be something extremely terrible for me to give it a 6 or anything like that. And this wasn't bad. But the action is good. The boxing was good in the first episode. Shit, I fuck with it. I'm gonna watch it. Let me bring up some photos, and we're gonna go over the characters. We also got a what is that? Fightland. We got a suspect board also, so I'm probably gonna have to print that suspect board off just so we can have it for future reference. So we got multiple crews. We got so that's what we'll do. We'll go to the crews first, and then we'll backtrack. So what we're gonna talk about? Yeah, I don't know if it's 2 shows or anything. I think it's only 1 episode. I think next week will be the episode 2 during the finale. All right. And that's the thing about new shows. We all gonna be learning, because don't any of us know what the hell is going on. There's nothing that we could look at in the future and say, oh, because of this person happened. It's literally us hitting the ground running, kind of like Nemesis. Now, Nemesis, I didn't really do too much of a breakdown on. Can y'all hear me? It might be because I got this fan on me. So we do got the crews. We got the Irish, with they Albanian, they're Russian. Iman, Nadim, Nicolia. So these are all the people that come to the meetings. I got another angle where we'll be able to see it more. And then we have the head of the operation. We got the marshals. We don't know who the drug connect is quite yet. But when I seen this, I said, oh yeah, we need this. We need, matter of fact, let me see something. Again, this isn't a recap. This is us just going over the show. But the reason I don't do From, I covered From like the first season, but when I get too far behind, I'm not going to be able to do it. I want to be able to tell you guys what's going on, because I mean, I don't mind you guys correcting me, because that's what you guys are here for. But I don't like looking in there, oh, Mo, that's wrong, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I mean? And like, I'll just stop reading comments after a while. But yeah, I'm too far behind it. I think they're on like season 4. But let me see. We definitely gonna need this for a little bit later on. So we got Marshall, we got Kingsley up here, Zeke, and then C. We don't know who the drug connect is quite yet. So we got them. Give me a second. Then here we go. So we got the Irish with the drugs, the Albanians with the luxury cars, the Russian with the guns, and the Turks got drugs also. And then that's basically their crew up under them. So the colors identify who they are. And all of them are going to play a role. I think the Albanians are probably going to become an ally. Yeah, we got the organization right here. We got the organization right here. Put them on the board when we get done raising Canaan. So yeah, we got all these crews, and they're working directly with Kingsley's family. Now, Kingsley's family, they're running the drug organization. Kingsley, he's in hiding at the moment. And how they're actually running these drugs, they're running the drugs through casino slots. So the whole operation, they come in the barrels, they take the dope out, they bust it down. After they bust it down, they package it back up, and then they put it in these slot machines. And these slot machines, I was like, this is very creative right here. I wasn't expecting this. So this is how they're transporting them, and they're just dropping them off. And you can look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They probably putting 50, they probably putting 50 keys in each one of these machines. So they moving that big work. And this is how they moving it in, shipping it in and shipping it out. And they whooping ass. See, this is the Albanian right here. So it's gonna be cool to see how this aligns with them and who's gonna pick what side, because these are slot machines. Yeah, casino blast. So they moving a lot of work. This isn't That's why I said this isn't power. These people, so what we're dealing with here are major players. New York is a hub, but it's nothing like London. It's nothing like Amsterdam. It's nothing like Sydney. These are these are major hubs when it comes to the dope game. So the money that they playing with is going to be very, very different than what we're accustomed to. You know, a couple bricks here, a couple bricks there. No, 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 no. They're going to be moving a lot of work. It's similar to what we are used to. You know, we got some crews, drugs, luxury cars, guns, drugs. So we got different crews that we can definitely work with and interchange. We can get some guns from the Russians. We can go get, a little Bentley from the Albanians. So that's how they moving all the dope. They moving it in and moving it out. And the reason I'm bringing up the cruise first, because that's really what the story is about. The drugs. We'll get into Duke getting out of jail and everything, but the primary focus of this show is the drugs and what's going on. So now we know that the Marshall Promotions, they're the ones moving the dope. They're getting it, and then they're linking it with all the other criminal organizations, whether you're Italian, Russian, Serb, wherever you are. And this is the mastermind. Cece is the mastermind of this. She's the one that's running the business while Kingsley is gone. Zeke is the face. Zeke is with the boxers. Zeke does the promotions, but Cece, she's doing all the contracts. She's doing all the hiring and firing. She's the brains of the operation. Zeke, we'll see that his relationship with his dad really isn't that good. So the reason we talk about Cece is because when they have this meeting, it's a meeting amongst all the crews. They show up to the gym. And we get our James St. Patrick moment. We get the James St. Patrick moment, overlooking everybody. So what's going on here? Everyone's getting the earpiece because we got the drugs, y'all. Now there's supposed to be a shipment coming in, and how they do these business meetings, which it may seem cool in real life, but this would never work because all of these criminal organizations, they're going to have so many eyes on them because everybody knows who the big wig is. There's no there's no criminal organization where Hefe isn't known. Everybody knows who the boss is. Law enforcement always knows who the boss is. This isn't 1971 where you may have not known who Pablo Escobar was and you first heard his name. You're like, oh shit, Pablo, he crazy. No, nowadays any organization that's operating is operating and in plain sight. So all the police know I won't say all the police, but like all the special agencies, they know exactly who's out there. So all of them congregating here at the boxing ring, it wouldn't work like that in real life. And then you wouldn't be talking over phones anyway. So they're holding a meeting and she's letting it be known, hey, look, everybody, we got the shipment in. Y'all all gonna get y'all shipments. We're gonna be delivering it tonight. Now, Kingsley actually came down here. So this is where we start getting the rift because the Albanians, they upset. He was supposed to have an earpiece, but not Kingsley, Duke took his. So he's listening to him and he's like, man, these black folk don't know what the hell they doing because it's unorganized. He don't have an earpiece. So he's sitting there. He's like, man, this shit ain't gonna work, man. These fools don't know what's going on. But he didn't know that Cece was smart and she could speak multiple languages. So she tells them, we know exactly what we're doing. So right now he's upset. Everybody else, they don't have their product quite yet, but they aren't tripping. They aren't making a big deal like the Albanians. And that's because the Albanians, remember, from my perspective, they tied up in cars. So they got car payments. So they need their money. Everybody else, man, you get fronted a couple bricks, couple halves, you be all right. You know what I mean? We're gonna front you something. You cool. But them cars, hell no, you gotta make them payments to somebody. So that's why I'm thinking the Albanians are upset about not having their dope money. But Kingsley is listening. And Kingsley, he's trying to get his not King. I keep calling him King. He's trying to get as close as he can to Kingsley. Duke just getting out of jail. He trying to make it shake. He trying to make it happen. And that's because he's working with Lazaro. So him and Lazaro are the ones that are gonna be doing the setups. So once he gets this information, he goes back to Lazaro and he tells Lazaro, look, they got a shipment going in tonight. We got to run it. He just got back in the good graces with C and Z after doing 7.5 years in prison. Now I'm just trying to go through this and then we're going back, but it's on the clock, so it don't matter what direction we go. Now that shipment that got the Albanians wondering where their dope is at, this is the shipment here. So that night before, and that's why he was listening to it, Duke and Lazaro, they went over there. And that's where you get the rabbit head and the tiger head. So they went over there because Lazaro was like, all right, there is one shipment coming in. And they actually go over there. And what do we hear? So this is where we catch our third body. Yeah, second and third body. Because the first one, he died, but that was the brother. And then the other one, he got away, but he was still alive. So they come over here and they pull up, pop, pop, pop. They got the tiger mask on. I ain't never seen no one slide across the dirt like that. I was like, damn, this dude like Chris Brown. It's Chris Breezy. I was like, damn. So he went across, boom, boom, boom. They bumping it. They end up stealing all the dope. They knock these two down. But one of the guys tries to run off and the bunny catches him. So we got two bodies here, and then we get this third one. The tiger, he got shot. So one of them did get hit, and that was actually Duke. So Duke gets shot in the arm, and Duke sees the guy trying to run to hop in the truck and get out of there. And I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute. This is the passenger side. No, this is the driver's side. That's the right side is where they drive at. He catches him and boom, gives him one. So we already got four bodies. Four, or is it five? I don't know if the first dude died, but they killed the brother. Three here, that's four. So if they killed the other, then we probably have five bodies, but I don't know if he died or not. Well, yeah, but we had the dude in the prison, so that's five. So I don't know if we got five or six. Nonetheless, RIP to this gentleman. So they get all the dope and they get the guns and they got to go back. So that's where that meeting came from. So if you're wondering about the meeting and why the Albanians were mad, it's because this was their dope. They were supposed to be picking up their dope that night, dropping it off, and it didn't go as planned. A tiger and a bunny took it. Now, mind you, Duke gets in there and he looking at his arm, so he gets shot in his arm. He gets shot in his arm and he decides to continue to wear this jacket. But we'll get to that part of the story. I just wanted to talk about the connects, the different crews, and what they had going on. If you were watching closely, did you peep this though? Did you peep this? This was a key indicator for the end of the episode. If you were paying attention, the whole episode, every time you come into the warehouse that they living in or where they working out of, the wind blows. And when the wind blows, that lets you know the front door opens. And if you watch the smoke or the steam every time, it's gonna blow in the wind. I was like, damn, okay, that was cool. And I was noticing, I was like, why are they showing us this? But they showed us three different times. They showed us here, they showed us right at the end where Lazaro was waiting on him to come into the building, and then at the end where uh what's his name? Simon. He came in the building. So yeah, that's that. That's the connects, the different crews, and why the Albanians were mad. And we'll take it to the beginning now. The boxing scene was cool. I actually liked it. A lot of CGI in the background, but hell, I know they wasn't about to rent out a whole thing in Vegas for real, let alone fill it up. Oh, Duke, Maduka. All right. We see Duke in the ring. And when we first see Duke, I'm looking at Duke like Duke is an easy come up. I'm already thinking Duke ain't even about to win the first fight. I'm like, man, what are we watching? Duke came in here looking scared, scruffy. He wasn't prepared for anything. I'm thinking the brother with the dreads about to give him that work. But nah, Duke go in there and pow, pow. I'm talking about knocking Kingsley, his daughter C and Z. C and Z, I like that. They out here, he clean as hell though. But in the ring, Duke is doing his thing. Foul, foul, firing off on him. The contender, he ain't got a chance. He in the ring catching him too. I'm like, damn. All right, this is gonna be easy work. I told you when I first seen it, I was like, damn, he gonna be whooping the hell out of him. But nah, he's doing his thing. The only problem is when you start getting whooped on, this dude start cheating. He start headbutting like Evander Holyfield. Wow, headbutt him. And then he catches him right after the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Bah! I'm like, damn. I was thinking it was definitely over with. Hey, we're gonna have to rematch this in 6 months. 2 episodes, we get a rematch or something. You know, we're gonna go back to the drawing board, get some training in. Cause this wasn't what Duke was ready for. They turned him from Duke to Ook because that motherfucker hit the hell out of him. He headbutted him, busted his eye, and then gave him a little bow. I said, damn, I ain't never seen nobody get punched like that. But he made it through. And everybody's looking like, damn, man, what was that, man? That's some bullshit. But whenever you see somebody slumped over like this in a boxing match, and put y'all money on somebody else. Put your money on the person throwing the punches. See, I jump ship quick. And if I'm betting on something and I see this happening, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to bet no more, man. I'm good, y'all. Like, nah, man. Is there any way I can cash out right now? Is there any way I can cash out? Because I can't deal. I can't deal. What up, Kendall? Nah, I didn't go live early. I told y'all I was gonna do 2 lives. I told y'all 6 p.m. Eastern. I mean, not 6 p.m. Eastern, but 3 p.m. No, is it 3 p.m.? No, 12. Yeah, 12. Cause I gotta do a Raising Canaan live. I was gonna do 6, but I was like, damn, that's 12. I said, nah. I meant 6 my time. But when you see somebody like this, throw in the towel, man. If y'all ever see me get hit like this and falling through the ropes, hey, throw in the towel, y'all. Throw in the towel. Don't even try to get me up. Tell me to stay down. Mo, this ain't your fight. This ain't your fight at all. So I'm looking at Duke. I'm thinking Duke, he kinda weak, man. I'm like, man, he kind of weak. You know, I wasn't expecting him to be Iron Mike Tyson, but come on, Duke, you could do better than this. I know they're gonna say, Mo, he got hit after the bell. In boxing, they tell us to protect yourself at all times. At all times. And he didn't protect himself at all times. So now he's in the corner and he got a brother. His brother is his ring guy. Or his corner guy. And he's like, man, you all right, man? Because he whooping your ass. I ain't seen nobody get whooped like this since Martin. And I'm like, damn. All right, well, how we going to figure this out? He's like, look, I'm tiring him out. I could barely see, but I'm tiring him out. He a dirty player. And they like, well, if he going to be dirty, then you got to be dirty too. He's like, nah, I don't want to be dirty, man. I can't be dirty. I ain't like that. I don't want to be like that. I can't be like that. That ain't me, man. That ain't me. But shit. He's saying he gonna tire him out, so he ends up getting up. He got that motivation. His brother is with him. His brother is with him. His brother is training. His brother is supporting. He gets back in that ring and he does like any real man would have done. He stands on all 10 and gets to swinging, eyes closed but swinging, catching them left, right, left, right, uppercut. Boom! Down goes the random guy. Down goes the random guy. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I was thinking, if we seen Duke get knocked out in episode 1, the opening scene, I don't think there's any way we could continue to watch this. Not over on my channel. No, there's no way we could watch this if we seen Duke get knocked out. But Duke does the knocking. That sounds crazy. Duke knocked this dude out. Put it like that. Duke knocked this guy out. Sometimes it be like that, though. Sometimes it be like that. Now he counting. The ref is looking. The ref look over, and I'm like, it's over with. The ref looked over at me. I told him, go ahead and end that, man. We good, man. That's it. It's over. It's over. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit tricky. And the reason I say that is because, all right, we win the belt. Everybody comes into the ring. Hey, come on in. Turn up, y'all. Turn up. Turn up. We finally got a world champion. He in the ring. His brother coming there. Everybody's hyped. Now, this other promoter, I don't know his name. If anybody can give me the other promoter's name, I just be calling him other promoter, AP. You know what I'm saying? Another promoter. You know what I mean? He's just another promoter. I don't know his name. I didn't even put the captions on to try to find out. Just another promoter. But he's looking. He's like, damn it, man. He done beat my best fighter. But the WBC heavyweight champion of the world is Duke. So Duke then won. It's a bloody hell. But right now we're just on Duke's story. So Duke wins this fight. And when we see Duke, I'm like, all right, shoot, Duke getting some love. You know, ain't nothing. This is in between the fight and getting dressed to go out. So as soon as the fight is over with, you got to go out there. You got to do your interviews. You got to go in the back. You got to talk to everybody. This is the moment that changed hip hop history forever. Because remember, after Mike Tyson's fight, Tupac jumped Orlando Lane and then he went to the room and changed. So this is like the same time frame that Tupac went to the room and changed. Well, he ain't changing nothing. He took a shower and he gets to getting it in with this brown skin. I said, oh Lord. Duke then got the girls too. He got the belt, he got the girls, he got the respect and the money. I said, Duke got everything a guy could dream of. He got the girl, he got the money, he got the cars, he got the clothes, he got the belt. But most importantly, he got the girl. I said, damn, this nigga Duke is cold. A light-skinned brother doing his thing. Because, you know, a lot of times they give us light-skins a lot of flack, but I'm not light-skinned. I'm a brown-skinned nigga. But he in here, and I'm like, okay, who he getting it in with? Now, this lady's name is Joy. And we don't know much about Joy right now, but what we do know about Joy is he wants Joy to run away with him. We can get away from Kingsley. We can move to LA and I can be your American boy. I said, damn, okay, he knocking down Joy. That must be a joyous time. So at this point, we don't know who Joy is. We just know this is who he's messing with. And he tells her, Joy, I want to move to LA with you. We can get from up under Kingsley. We could be together, girl. And I'm thinking something's got to be off if he's a successful boxer, this is supposed to be his lady, then why is he begging her to leave? They in Vegas right now. That wouldn't be nothing. That's just a 3-hour drive, 2.5, 3-hour drive, 45-minute flight. So I'm thinking, what the hell? is going on? Who the fuck is Joy? Because she's like, I just don't know. Even though she's hesitant, she does repeat. What's going on, RD? So he ends up leaving Joy. And I'm like, man, it's some ladies in here tonight. I chose the wrong profession. I should have got into boxing. Cause he's walking through here, ladies is hugging him. I said, golly. Look, even this dude, like, hey, what's up? And if you look at you look at Duke, this dude comes over, he's like, hey, Duke, what's going on? There's ladies in here, brother. No hugs, no photos, no nothing. He walked right past this dude. This dude like, hey, what's going on, Duke? Duke like, man, nigga, back the fuck up, right? Back up. He got the girls, they hugging him, they smelling good in here. I said, damn, this is the life. Look, he got his brother on his shoulder. He got the girls over here. They got champagne. His brother telling everybody, hey, shut the fuck up, mate. Listen here, bruv. My brother is a champion. I said, okay, show him some love. But then we see Joy. And I'm looking at Joy and I'm thinking, she's your queen to be. So Joy's coming up out the elevator, y'all, and I'm looking at Joy like, what? Who the hell is this thing right here? That's who he was laid up with. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Can I take you out tonight? And then I look and I'm like, Kingsley? Kingsley Marshall? Wait a minute. Are they holding hands? So I'm looking like, wait a minute. I'm looking at Duke. And then I'm looking over at Kingsley. And I'm looking back at Duke. But then I look back at Kingsley. But then I look over at Duke. And then I look back at Kingsley. And then I look and I say, wait, he's holding Joy's hand. But then I look over at Duke. And I'm like, you just told her y'all gonna move to LA. But then I look back over at Kingsley and I'm like, well, Kingsley's holding her hand. So then I look back over at Duke and I say, is that your girl? But then I look over at Kingsley and Kingsley holding Joy's hand on the stairs, but Duke was with Joy. Duke wants Joy to get away from Kingsley with him and move to LA, but Joy is holding hands with Kingsley. But Duke was sleeping with Joy after the fight, but she's with Kingsley? Wait. Duke is a boxer. Duke is signed to, what is it, Mitchell Productions? Marshall Productions? Marshall Promotions? Marshall Promotion. I think it's Marshall Promotion. So Duke is a boxer. He fights up under Marshall Productions, which is owned by Kingsley Marshall. Kingsley Marshall is married to a woman by the name of Joy Marshall. But Duke, the boxer who works up under Kingsley Marshall, up under his Marshall Promotions, is sleeping with Joy Marshall. So 1 + 1 is 2, But if you add another one, that'll be 2 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. But 1 and 1 are married, but then 1 and 1 are sleeping with each other. So 1 plus 1 is a marriage, but then 1 plus 1 is an item. But 1 plus 1, they're the boss of the other one. So Duke, you a sick mother effer. I'm looking at Duke. I'm like, wait a minute, Duke. That's your boss's wife, Duke. What you doing, man? You just got done winning the championship belt. They've been training you. They didn't put money behind you. You sleeping with the boss's girl? Who you think you is? I said, oh, no, no. What up, Detroit? I said, Duke, that's what you doing? All the women in the world, you got to fuck with the boss's girl? So I'm over there. I'm in there. I got my own champagne bottle. Yeah. Woo. And I'm like, God damn, Duke, you a wild nigga. That's what you was doing when you went upstairs. So Kingsley comes out with Joy. And look how Joy looking at him. I said, ain't this about a... It don't matter how good you doing in life, y'all. You can have your ish together. You can have your own boxing promotional company. You can have all the dope in the world. Joy still don't love Kingsley. Kingsley ain't did nothing bad. And no infidelity, no nothing. All we know is Kingsley is a good man. Kingsley's making sure his boxers are paid. But this don't matter because we own Duke's story. So Duke up here looking jealous. Look at him. He don't even want to look him in the eye. He don't even want to look his boss in the eye because he still has the smell of her on him. Damn it, Duke. Damn it, Duke. And I'm looking at Duke like, man, you a bad mofo with them hands. But dude, really, the boss's wife? Now, you can tell that even outside of him messing with Joy, he don't really fuck with Kingsley. Remember, he just told her, let's get away from him. He doesn't want to fight up under him no more. And that's because, we went over like the connects and stuff, but at this point in the show, they didn't tell us how connected in Kingsley was. But we know that. So that means he knows it also. But Duke, he don't want no parts of this. He wants to get from up under Marshall Promotions. He wants to run away with Joy. He wants to run away with Joy. I don't know what gets into Negroes. Like, at what point in life are you looking at it like, you know what? I want to run away with this nigga's wife. So I'm looking at Duke. I'm like, dude, there's alternatives to this, man. There's women out there, man. You don't want to run away with a kingpin's lady. It's not going to end well for you. But while they up there, Kingsley's giving that toast. This is the son I wish I had. He is the future. The champion is from London. That is the determining factor of the future here. And everybody's up there like, hell yeah, hell yeah. He ends up walking off. Now he goes to talk to his brother, and he's telling his brother, hey, look, man, let's get on out of here, man. Let's shake the spot. Get the whips together. We're gonna go hang, we're gonna go kick it. Z does come up, and Z talking to him. He's like, hey man, what's going on, bro? Let's kick it, man. Because Z is jealous. His dad didn't just told everybody in front of the world he's the son that he wanted to have. Duke is that real guy. And he also was on Z's ass in the ring. Well, when they was outside the ring. We'll talk about that when we get to that story. But he's like, hey, bro, go get the cars, mate, and let's get up out of here. I said, all right, bet. He tells Zeke, man, I'm going to hang with you when we get back to London. Now, mind you, This is the boxing champion of the world, the heavyweight boxing champion of the world. They got a lot of nice whips down here too. This side is like the generic side. You got like a Mustang over here, an old Range Rover. But on the other side, you got the Ferraris. That nigga's name was H-Bomb. But anyway, you got the world champion of boxing walking around by himself. So he goes down into the garage. He's looking for his brother. Caleb, what's up, Stephen Harris? Caleb, where you at? And out of nowhere, bow, he get hit in the back of the leg. Try to tear this nigga ACL out. And they start whooping his ass. All that boxing and shit. You know, everybody talking about, oh, I'm a boxer. I had to register my hands. Man, that shit don't matter in street fights. When somebody hits you with a pipe, it's over with. They hit you with that stick. When they hit you with that rod, it don't matter. They got his ass on the ground. And they pulled a hammer out. Who the fuck running around with a hammer? And this is right after the boxing match. They put his hand on the ground and bow, bow, bow. He's screaming, ah! I'm like, damn. All that boxing shit ain't did nothing for you, especially when it comes to getting that money. That boxing shit only works in the ring. Outside the ring, they on your ass with it. So his brother ends up showing up. His brother's like, hey, get off my brother. He runs over there. He kicks a nigga. Like, that was his first thought. Kick a nigga. I would have tried to choke this nigga out or something. But he kicks him off. And he doing a good job. Bow, he punches him. But he gets up, and the big white guy, he hits the brother with the damn hammer. I was like, man, I wasn't expecting him to go out like this. I know when I read the synopsis of the show, it was like he was the first night, something was going to happen. They took his life away from him. But I wasn't expecting a hammer to the jugular. That right there was totally unexpected. But the brother gets caught in the parking garage over by Pillar 3. See, I don't think this guy died. I think this guy's just hurt. But the brother, oh, he's more than hurt. So, well, no, I think that guy gets up and he does. That's who he ends up beating down because the white guy ends up going to jail. But he gets hit with a hammer in the goddamn jugular. He talk about, Duke, I tried. Duke, be great without me. Duke, I tried to say goodbye and I choked. I tried to walk away, but I stumbled. Duke, I tried to hide it. Kingsley, I don't want to die in this garage today. So Duke, he don't even apply no pressure. He ain't trying to stop the blood. He over here with his hand behind his head. The broke hand at that. Well, the broke hands is, I think when they hold him down, I think there's the left hand that's broke. So he ain't trying to like, hey, you'll stop the bleeding, take his jacket off, put nothing on there. You got to put some pressure on there. You got to stop, or at least keep the blood inside the body as much as possible. He gonna start coughing it up because at this point it's probably gonna go in his lung. But he ain't doing nothing. He's sitting there. Oh, Caleb. Oh, my brother. Nigga, help. Help. First of all, why was you down here anyway by yourself? Nigga, you the heavyweight champion. Your brother shouldn't be going to get the car. Nigga, have an assistant. Your brother's supposed to stay by you. You just won. This is the biggest day of your life. You just got your brother killed, nigga. Your brother down here bleeding out, and all you can do is say, Caleb, breathe. No, you don't want him to breathe right now. The more he breathes, the more his heart is going to be pumping, and that means more blood that's going to be pumping out of his motherfucking neck. What are you talking about? Put some pressure on there so when he breathes, at least the blood will stay in the body. This nigga's breathing. Goddamn, help me, brother. I love you so much. Help, please. Help, please. That nigga ain't helping at all. I'm looking at Duke like, nigga, what? You just got done boxing. When you got hit in the eye, what did they do? They applied pressure to it. They put that ice on it. They put some Vaseline to stop the bleeding. You watching your brother die, nigga. I'm looking at Duke like, man, they ain't teach you CPR. His brother bleeding out. And then out of nowhere, Duke turns into the motherfucking Undertaker. That nigga. This nigga turns into the Hulk. That nigga start limping. He start chasing after it. He limping. He chasing after another nigga that's limping. Because remember, they hit that nigga with that pipe in the back of that ACL. Bow! So this nigga get up. He start limping. Maduka the Duke Kilroy versus Harry H-Bomb Barnes. One night only, nigga. One night only. Marshall Promotion, and this is what? Coleman Production. Okay, so the other promoter is Coleman. But anyway, he start limping. He chases this nigga down, right? Nobody's called for help. There's a body just laid out in the parking garage. No one's down here. All these expensive cars, no security. This nigga's running up out the tunnel, out the T-Mobile Center. He ends up catching this food. I'm like, damn. And then he start beating the hell out of him. I'm like, okay. Okay. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that sound right there? That's that jaw getting broke. That's that nose getting discombobulated and reconfigured. Everybody running up like, damn, what the fuck happening? Now, the police show up. This dude's recording. Look, you know, this who called the police right here. Look at him. Look at him. You know who called the police. Everybody else on their phone. Look, everybody else on their phone. This one right here, he called the police. He right here. He over here, officer. Over here. Over here. He did it right here. You know this is the guy that called the police. He the only one that ain't watching. He trying to get the police's attention. It's a police officer right here with this gun drawn on the heavyweight champion of the world. This nigga still waving police down. Like, over here, niggers. They're fighting. They over here. He waving police down when there's a cop with a gun on my nigga Duke. Like, look at this. Look at the scenario. Look, this black guy, like, man, they a little excessive, man. You know what I mean? I'm hearing there's a dead body in the parking garage, man. This is justified over here. He looking like it's a little ridiculous. The white lady's like, oh my God, this is absurd. But she's still recording with her phone. Look at this cop. This cop is like, wait, what's going on? That's the heavyweight champion over there. What you got a gun on him for? Like, what's going on? Why is there a gun drawn anyway? This black guy over here like, ooh, this shit gonna be good, nigga. World star. This nigga, I'm gonna upload this to Instagram, nigga. I'm gonna try to do some interviews with TMZ, see if TMZ will take this footage. So he over here whooping on him. And I don't know if Duke know how we get down here in the States, but Duke, they shoot niggas over here. This ain't the UK, Duke. This is America. You lucky they didn't kill your ass right there in that parking garage, because that's what they do over here. See, you across the pond, and just because you got a suit on don't mean nothing to these fools. These fools get the bucket. See, Duke was over here. They say he was in shock, but hell no. Duke let his brother get killed. Duke got his brother killed. So as of right now, we don't know why the attack happened. But what we do know is that the heavyweight champion of the world sent his brother, his blood brother, to the basement to go and get a car when he works for Marshall Promotions, who has his own vehicles where he can have his own driver and be escorted. If I'm famous and rich, I'm never telling my brother, go get the car. My brother's not going to go get the car. Niggas that work for me going to go get the car, not my brother. My brother's not going by himself anywhere. He's going to be with me everywhere I'm at. Yeah, he did say we're gonna go hang out and go do our own thing, but we gonna get escorted out. You sent your brother down there. Your brother, listen, your brother ain't the heavyweight champion. Your brother is the brother of the heavyweight champion. So I don't know if you know what comes with those perks, but if my brother is famous, I'm getting all the leftover girls. So his brother, he got distracted. Instead of going to get the car, he got some numbers. His brother got distracted. Handsome young, well, he was handsome. Handsome young man. He got a hammer to the throat, y'all. I'm gonna go get y'all a hammer from upstairs and bring that hammer down here. And I'm gonna show y'all what a hammer looks. He got a hammer to the throat because of his brother. His brother sends him on a dummy mission. He stopped and got a girl's number and ended up getting hit with a hammer. That's what they call knocking out time because it ain't no coming back. Well, Duke ends up getting arrested. They lock his ass up. He goes to Nevada State Prison. He gets 7.5 years, probably for like manslaughter or something. But then again, it might be murder in the second degree. Probably manslaughter if he's only getting 7.5 years. Especially with the circumstances. They broke his hand. They killed his brother. He still got to do some jail time. So 7.5 years state prison. Now, I don't know which state prison this is, but this is some wild shit. Not only are they boxing in here, look at the corners. The ring corners are niggas. They got Goldberg over here and they wrapped up sheets. And look at the corner of the boxing rings. It's dudes. So why are they boxing? You in the corner holding the the sheets and shit. Niggas is getting blood punched on you. Hey. Hey, it's your weekend to do it. Yeah, you gotta be corner boy. You gotta be corner boy for the boxing ring this week. Like, nigga, I don't want to be the corner boy for this shit. I'm not even trying to watch these niggas box. These niggas is bloody as hell. I'd be back here chilling on my bunk with a shank just in case niggas try me. Well, that's Duke right there. But look at this shit. This is why you don't want to go to prison, y'all. You either gonna be in here getting your ass whooped, you either gonna be in the corner, or you gonna be in the back getting your ass took. You ain't got too many options in jail. Or should I say prison? Like, this ain't no place you want to be. It's blood all on the floor. You know it's stinking here. Niggas ain't got commissary. Niggas this for damn show ain't got deodorant. Everybody ain't spending their money on deodorant. They buying drugs. They buying hot Cheetos. Deodorant is like the last thing on these niggas' mind. Deodorant, toothpaste, that's like the last thing these niggas is buying. And in the back, Duke ain't even looking. Duke don't give a damn. He in the magazine reading. Mystery grows around the sudden disappearance of Kingsley Marshall. Now, remember, it's been 7.5 years. But Kingsley done went into hiding. That can mean one thing. This nigga done fucked the work up. I know when that hotline bling. It can only mean one thing. But anyway, he over here reading. Now, while he's sitting in his cell, this clean mofo comes in. Now, this gentleman's name is Armando Rodriguez. Or I'm going to say it the correct way. Armando Rodriguez. That's his name. So the door opens up. Hey, yo, what's going on? What's up? Who you with? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Oh, no, mi hablo Don Julio de Jesus, el jefe, no español. Don't come up in here with that shit. Not today, man. I'm just chilling, man. I was just watching the boxing match. What's going on? He comes in there. He's like, I got a reason for you to live, my friend. A reason to live? I'm already living, sir. I don't want no problems. And why you got a white shirt on? This nigga came in here with a Ralph Lauren polo button down on. He came in here clean as hell. At first, I thought this nigga was a nurse or something. I thought this was like the psych ward. I'm like, who is this motherfucker in this Blanca shirt? I'm like, look, this motherfucker that came in here, that's Blanca. That's white. He said, I got a reason for you to live. And he's like, what do you mean a reason for me to live? Duke been in here for 7 years. He ain't been in contact with nobody. He just been chilling, living the life, trying to get through his prison sentence. He's like, let me show you something, my brother. Come on. Mi padre. No, not mi padre. Mi amigo. Come on. Vamonos. Vamonos. So they head on out. And I'm like, all right, where they about to go, man? Well, it turns out one of the guys from that night is pent up in the cage. And well, Armando tells him, come here. They got to hold him back because he recognizes exactly who he is. They holding him back. Hey, let me out. Let me out, man. I want to get out of him right now, man. Let me get him. Let me get him. They like, nah, calm down. Calm down. Calm down, comrade. Let me at him. Well, he's like, listen here. I told you I have something for you to live for. And this here's my gift. You can either take this shank and carry out this assassination, or you can go on about your day. But this brother here, he has something to say. So this guy comes out and he gives us the explanation we've been waiting on. He says the only reason we were there that night in Vegas was because you, YOUDUKE, because Kingsley sent us. He knew you was sleeping with Joy Marshall, his wife. So now we know why that jumping happened. He said, look, man, all we were supposed to do is take the hammer. All we was going to do, we didn't mean to kill nothing. We were just going to hammer your hand in and break your shit. Kingsley wanted us to do it. He knew you was fucking with his wife, and we were sent there to stop it. So you mean to tell me this nigga sent some motherfuckers to break his prize fighter's hands because he was fucking his wife? It reminded me of what? That's right, 5 heartbeats. Every night I gotta fight to prove my love. So Kingsley sent 2 henchmen to teach Duke a lesson. When they went and taught him a lesson, the brother was just a casualty of war. He didn't mean to kill him. But I was thinking, what you mean you didn't mean to kill him? You hit the nigga with a hammer. Even if it was the front side of a hammer. You hit a nigga with a hammer.
Some of them going to sleep for God.
The fuck happened? The fuck? I can't feel the. I can't see out my left eye. What happened? Nigga, you got hit with a hammer, nigga. What? They hit me with a hammer. Who hit me with a hammer? He did. Like, nigga, what you mean we didn't mean to kill him? Nigga, you hit the nigga in the neck with a hammer. If you would have hit that nigga in the head with a hammer, that nigga would have died. He talking about we didn't mean for no one to die. Nigga, you hit him in the head with a fucking hammer, nigga. It was an accident. We didn't mean for no one to die. You had a hammer, nigga. If you didn't hit him in the neck with the back of the hammer, you would have hit that nigga in the neck with the hammer, the side of the face and fractured his jaw with the hammer, the side of the head and put a dent in the side of. What you mean, nigga? You had a hammer, nigga. You swung a hammer at a man's face and you thought wasn't no one gonna die from that shit? We didn't mean for no one to die. Nigga, you had a hammer, bro.
Some of them going to sleep for God.
Well, now we can get into the nitty gritty. What we at? We had our. Oh, we good. We good on time too. So he takes the shank, and with this shank, he's gonna get his get back because Armando Rodriguez said, "I got something for you to live for. I got something for you to get your get back." So he takes the shank and he gets to work, and you hear him back there. All right, let me ask you guys this: if you had to choose a hammer to the neck or a shank to the gut, but the shank to the gut is 15 times. I think I'm taking my chances with the one hammer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my chances with the one hammer to the neck. What up, Candy? But anyway, we do this. But let's make this clear. Now, initially, we were blaming Caleb's death on Duke, right? Yeah, there's a third option. We throw you in the water with some sharks. First, we blamed Duke for his brother's death, for sending him down there by himself when they were rich. But now we've confirmed that Duke should be the most hated person on the show. As of right now, I have Duke is the main character, but Duke is, as of right now, Duke is the most unlikable character. Would y'all agree? This is different because we're finding out early that Duke is the cause of all of this. This isn't really even like a redemption. This isn't even like they titled this as world champion boxer loses everything, comes back for revenge for his brother. No. This isn't revenge for your brother. You got your brother killed. Why were you fucking your boss's wife? Nigga, this is your fault. This is nobody's fault but Duke's. If Duke would have never slept with Joy, he would have never got his hand broke. His brother would have never got hit with a hammer. He would have never ended up in jail. Duke's decisions in episode 1 ruined everything. His brother got two talking scenes. His brother is dead on arrival because he was fucking Joy. All the women in the world, and you pick your boss's wife. who is a drug dealer, and you know he's a drug dealer. But you decided to go and sleep with his wife, and now your brother died because of your nonsense. What's going on, Danny? Yeah, no, this is one time the main character we know from the start is a piece of work. Yeah, this is all on you, Duke. I don't want to hear nobody talking about get back. No, this ain't no get back. If you would have kept your in your pants, we wouldn't have this problem. Can you blame a husband for going at a nigga that's his wife? We hear about this every day. I don't know what they do over in the UK, Duke, but over here in America, we lay down. It's unfortunate, but they lay shit down over here, Duke. Even though Kingsley from over there, he been hanging out over here. He from over there, but he been hanging out over here. And you got your brother killed the first episode. That nigga may have went out faster than Chris Brown did and stomped the yard. Chris Brown went out pretty fast. Chris Brown died because of his brother's shenanigans. Duke, your brother died because of your shenanigans. You had your little wee-wee out. You need to be thinking with this, champ. Come on, champ. But champ wasn't thinking with that. Champ was thinking downtown. And one thing about us, we live above ground. You can't be thinking with the downtown. You got to be thinking above ground. So he takes the shank, and 6 months later, he's getting out. So his whole 8 years. Kingsley Marshall, missing from London boxing scene. Boxing, Zeke Marshall takes over Marshall Promotions. What is next for the new king of boxing? What is this saying? 50 Cent in power over here? I know they cross-referencing. So he's getting ready to get out. So he got 8 years on the manslaughter. He's looking at brothers of him and Caleb. I miss you, brother. they got his brother all because he wanted to sleep with the boss's girl. Duke, I miss you. I'm in a better place, but you got me killed. You was fucking around and I found out. Duke, why did you do that? Duke, you really let me down. You didn't apply pressure and I bled out. Duke, why didn't you help me? Duke screwed this kid, man. Caleb was on his way to stardom. So the guards come over. The guards like, here you go. Armando Rodriguez gives you this package. Now inside of it, it's a phone number to Lazaro. 077-009-00414. Lazaro. But there's also some money in there. Now, the country code for the UK, guys, is +44. So whenever you see a +44, you're calling the UK. If you want to call Germany, you put +49. That's my prefix right there. When you call the States, you know the States are a 1. But yeah, so this number, you have to put the +44 in front of it if you call it from an American number. If you call it from there, then you just put the 0. Just like in Germany, you just put a 0 in front of all the numbers you dial. It's weird. So he gets some money and he gets a number to a guy by the name of Lazaro. So he gets out and we going to London, y'all. We going to London. Let me see something. So this is Tower Bridge in London. Real nice place. If y'all ever go to London, go over here and you can just chill out. You can just chill out. You know, they be having like little events and stuff. You can look at the Tower Bridge. There's a restaurant, Vapiano over here. Get you some little drinks over on the corner. Yeah, I always come up here and you know what I mean, and just vibe out a little bit. The London Bridge now. Yeah, there you go, the Tower Bridge, y'all. Yeah, little Tower Bridge, man. I love London. I'll be out there at the end of the month, man. We going for Carnival. But my boy, he's headed home. There go Big Ben. And they go over to Kilroy's Boxing, the community gym, 7 days a week, 388 a day. You know what I mean? But anyway, we pull up. And if y'all get a chance, take the traditional taxi. So in these taxis, when you get inside of them, there's 4 seats in here. Now you got the back seats. Well, it's actually 5. You got the back seats, which is like a bench for 3 people. But when you go in, right behind the driver, you can pull the flap down, and 2 more people can sit in here, and y'all be facing each other. It's cool. But take an Uber. Uber way cheaper. Anyway, he pulls up to Kilroy's gym, and out comes Jay. Now I'm looking at Jay, and I'm thinking Jay is a junkie. That was my first thought when I seen him. I said, he come up out of here. I'm like, dude, who the hell is this guy? So Jay comes out and they're reminiscing, but it's been 7 years. And we find out that Duke actually didn't talk to anybody while he was in there. He didn't return any messages. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you're home, baby. Ooh, it's lit. It wasn't lit for him. He wasn't making no kinds of calls. He wasn't responding. He wasn't writing down no letters, no nothing. So he's talking to Jay, and Jay is like, damn, that's messed up, man. He's like, nah, it ain't nothing like that. But he starts going over stuff, everything that's been happening. He gives him like a little Twinkie or something that he ain't had in years. But Jay is fidgety. He's too fidgety for me. Kendall thought he was a junkie too. Now I was looking at him like, man, something's off with this guy. But he ends up taking him into the gym, and we go and we start seeing some old photos. The only round that matters is the next one. Local teenager, Maduka the Duke Kilroy, wins Olympic boxing. Kilroy's camp 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004. No excuses. The British Beacon. Letitia Hughes. Man, we got all the legends in here. The teenage boxer. Then we even got his brother, man. Damn. The new face of boxing is a 22-year-old. Now, when he comes in the gym, everybody's looking around like, who is that? I know that ain't who I think it is. Is that him? You lying. Say word. That can't be him. There's no way Duke didn't showed back up to Kilroy's gym. Everyone's looking around like, man, the champ is here. The champ is here. Everyone stops boxing. And then we see Papa Duke. He turns around. He's like, what is the rules, Jay? No food in the gym? What is rule number 1, Jay? And Jay's like, shit, come to work with clean draws. What is rule number 1, Jay? No smoking in the bathrooms. What is rule number 1, Jay? Come prepared. What is rule number 1, Jay? Don't drink and drive. What is rule number 1, Jay? Make your bed up in the morning. What is rule number 1, Jay? Put the toilet seat down when you're done. What is rule number 1, Jay? Jay don't know what rule number 1 is. Jay done ran through everything. ABC. No, nigga, what is rule number 1, Jay? Uh, 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 you know the rule. Oh, my bad. Don't slap me, sir. Is don't bring any guests. without informing you? Yeah, so who is this? All right, Dad, look, if you don't want me here, then I'll leave. So I'm like, oh shit, this is Duke's dad, Papa Duke. Big Duke. Big Dookie. There's what we call him, Big Dookie or Papa Duke. So he's like, look, Jay, I'm gonna go and stay with you. Jay's like, nigga, about that. You can't come and stay with me, nigga. I'm staying with my shorty, nigga. I'm staying on her couch right now. I'm in between jobs. I'm in between jobs right now. You can't stay with me. I'm going to my girl house, nigga. You just got out of prison, so you definitely not gonna be around my girl, nigga. Tempting ass nigga. Hell no. You trying to take my girl from me? But Big Dookie is like, you know what? I might have a room, even though I don't fuck with you. I might have a room. So Big Dookie takes him upstairs to where all the other boxers stay, and he's like, "Look, you can have this room. It was a storage room. It ain't much, but it's all I got." And since he just got out of prison and got extradited, yeah, they had to extradite this nigga. If he caught a case in Las Vegas, they definitely extradited this nigga. He can't come back to the States. Definitely can't come back to the States. Thank you, DeMarcus, for the $5. Do I feel that Joy is giving Robin Givens vibes? Nah. Nah. I think Joy will be down for him. Robin Givens was always up to no good. From the first time we ever seen her on TV, we said, man, this motherfucker can't act. And Robin Givens wasn't really the best of looking, to be honest. I never thought that Robin Givens was really attractive, to me at least. But he gets this little bitty ass room with a Poppy. This show is similar to Gangs of London and Pinky Blinders, Adobe OUK. Yeah, Pinky Blinders, they say that's just pretty good. But he does give him the room. He lets him stay up here. Shit, at this point, it's time to get situated, get settled. Shit, anything beats prison, though. Let's be real. I tell you, I did like 3 days in jail in Amsterdam. I said, oh hell no. But he gets situated, and we know he got to get that money, and he got to call Lazaro. So he calls up Lazaro. Dude, that's how the phone rings over here. We don't get ring, ring, ring. We get dude, dude. So it sounds like they hanging up on you. That's how the phone rings over here in Europe, man. It's kind of annoying. Let's go find something. To go do some robbing. Hey, what's going on? You good? You hit me up at the right time. What you about to get into? You trying to slide? You trying to go make something shake? I guess so. I need to get paid. So he's like, all right, fuck it. Meet up with me. Now we went over the drugs. We'll get into that when we get into Zeke and C's story. But he ends up showing up to a 29 mile, 27 mile, whatever it is. And he runs into C, but he's watching the press conference. And this press conference is Zeke with a new promotion with the Collins or the Coleman production. Promotions, my bad. She's like, what are you doing here? He's like, shit, nothing, cooling, chilling. Ain't up to much. She's like, oh, you thinking about boxing again? He said, hell no, I ain't messing with that boxing shit no more. No more. I ain't doing it. She's like, oh, well, welcome back. You might do a little bit of training. Now, he called her Cece. She said, no, it's Cebella. I don't go by Cece no more. I ain't no kid. And I'm running this. Now, this is her dad's operation his and hers, Zeke and C's. But he's like, yeah. You know, I'm just back. I'm just seeing what's cracking. Not too much. So okay. So we look up there. The promotion is going crazy. And one of the reporters actually sees him. When the reporter goes over there, he's like, what's going on, man? You back? You good? Everything good? It's like, yeah, you know. He said, so what? You about to get back in the ring? You want to fight for that belt? I prefer not to comment. He said, oh, really? So are you going to be working with them? He said, nah. I mean, I try to get close. So the reporter goes back and he asks the question, hey, yo, Ezekiel, is it true that the Duke is going to be training at the Marshall gym? Who told you that? I have my sources. And everybody goes over there to Duke. He's like, hell yeah, Duke going to be working over here. So Duke goes in the back. He talks to Zeke. Zeke lets him know, hey, this is my operation, man. My dad gone, so I'm in charge. The other champion, he's looking at him like, damn, what's up, former champ? You good? You all right? You making this shape? Now, my prediction is these two, eventually, when Duke gets his feet up under him and he gets a little established and we start to see this rivalry between him and Zeke really start to kick off, I think he's going to go to Coleman Promotions. I keep calling it production. Coleman Promotions. He's going to go over to Coleman's and then he's going to end up fighting this champion and probably taking his belt. I think that's what's going to happen. It's kind of obvious because he keeps antagonizing him. Hey, what's up, former champ? Former champ. So if he goes over to Coleman, yeah, we're going to have to see these two in the ring at some point. But Zeke tells him, this is my shit. You're going to work for me. You're just going to be training. Now that night comes, and we already spoke about the robbery. So Tiger is Duke. Lazaro is the bunny. They get the bucket. Look at Lazaro. Lazaro sliding across the floor. They done put 3 bodies down. Pop, 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 pop. Duke gets shot in the right arm. Now, this is the part that I don't like. I thought it was kind of stupid. So Duke gets shot in the right arm. Duke goes over here, tackles this guy, and then he deletes him, right? So now they got the dope and they got the guns. And Lazaro's looking at him like, damn, you shot, bro? He's like, yeah, I'm good, though. And I was mentioning this the whole time. If you were watching this episode, whenever the front door opened, you would see the steam go towards the wind. So that was a key indicator that somebody coming in through the front door. So they're going over the board. And who they robbed last night were these gentlemen, the Irish, the Albanians, the Italians, and the Russians. And then we got the top. We got the top of the food chain. So when we start putting the board together, we already halfway there. You know what I mean? We already halfway there. But they're going over the board. And Armando Rodriguez calls. He's like, everything good? They're like, yeah, man, we didn't hit that lick last night. We all good. He's like, let me talk to English. Is everything all right? Lazaro's like, yeah, but, you know, I don't know if he's ready emotionally, sir. We got every brick. He's like, y'all good? He said, yeah. So, all right. We at least got established. The next day, he goes out and he's trying to find Joy because it's been 8 years. How long would you go without speaking to the love of your life and then going trying to find her? Because I once heard somebody said, I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. Yeah. So my man did 7.5 years. She wrote him 241 times. Since Kingsley's no longer around, she kind of got forced out of the family business because Kingsley's in hiding. So she's a realtor. And she's like, oh, Lord, I done saw a ghost. He goes in, she wrote him 241 times. Man, you got to get the picture. After like 3 times I done sent you something and nothing came back. All right, maybe that's too many. But they go in there, and he's thinking, after all these years, he thinking he can just pick up where he left off. You know what I mean? He thinking he's gonna be able to go over there. He gonna go over there. The people looking at the little flat, they gonna leave. He thinking they about to be able to just go upstairs, get a little quickie in, pick up where we left off. Cause she got a son. His name is Aiden. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Aiden. Who are you? My name is Duke, and I'm a friend of your mom's. Whenever a nigga say he a friend of your mom's and you a kid and your dad ain't around, that means something. They more than friends. But he's a little upset that she has a kid, so he leaves. So when Duke comes back to the gym the next day to start doing the training, he ends up talking to one of the girls. And I didn't catch her name. But she knows a thing or two about boxing. So when they get there, this is probably the dumbest part of the show for me. When they get there, Joy ends up showing up too. And she's acting like her and Duke haven't ran into each other. Because remember, Zeke and C's dad is Kingsley, who is married to Joy. He's just hiding right now. He's on the low. So they talking about, oh, nice to meet you. It's been some years. How you been? Everything's good. Why did this nigga wear the jacket he got shot in last night, pulling a robbery? Why does this nigga have the same jacket he got shot in last night, robbing Zeke and C's people, wearing it to the gym? And it still got blood on it. Look at this jacket. Like, dude, what was you thinking? I was like, what? As soon as you got shot last night, you should have got rid of this jacket. So he wears the jacket to the gym. And Simeon's looking because when they looked at the surveillance camera, they noticed that maybe one of them got shot. So he's looking like, wait a minute. Somebody just got shot last night. This nigga come in here smelling like gunpowder? I gotta watch this nigga. Renee said, that's Duke's son? You think so? I mean, it probably is. But if that's Duke's son, he's really a piece of work. King, hey, I'm not gonna read none of the I'm not gonna read any of the power stuff because I'm gonna do it live. So when I get done with this, I got like another hour. When I get done with this, I'm gonna go live for power and I'll read all of those. But I'm doing 2 lives tonight, so I'll talk about power after this when I do another live. So I'm not gonna read that. And if you want to come back, you can read that there or resend it and I'll read it. Now, as everybody's showing up, yeah, if Renee, if that's Duke's son, we really got to look at Duke as a piece of shit. Now, Duke was single. She's married, so the onus goes to her. But come on. It's one thing to be messing with somebody's wife, but to knock her up, that's just taking it too far. That's where I draw the line. You got to have some kind of self-respect, some kind of dignity. If that's Duke's son, Duke, you got your brother killed and you left your son with a married woman. Yeah, Duke, I need to have some words with you. Nah, it's a good theory. I ain't even look at it like that. I just thought it was Kingsley's, man, because I'm thinking, how old is Aiden? 8 years old? If he's 8 years old, then yeah, it probably is. But anyway, we got to knock this out. Well, it's the first episode with him, so we definitely need an extended version. But while he's at the gym, people start coming in and he's having flashbacks of his board, his criminal board. He sees the Irishman, Iman, come in. He sees Nadim come in, and they're all getting these little bags. And he's like, I wonder what the hell are in these bags. If all the people that I'm seeing are in here, let me go grab one. So he grabs one off the end. And one of the Albanians doesn't get an earpiece. He's like, damn, I'm supposed to get an earpiece. And Nadim is saying, man, you know, the black people, they can't get this shit right. So we have a power moment where they're overlooking the balcony and they're having this meeting, which, again, this wouldn't be smart to have in real life. But Duke is listening to it, and they're upset that their shipment got robbed last night. Mind you, Duke was the one that did the robbing. So they want to know, when are we going to get our money? And the Albanians are the only one pushing back. So Duke is looking like, all right, cool. Well, maybe we can get at them. And remember, Duke doesn't have a car, so Duke takes a taxi home or Uber home. And what do they see? The white van. And Simeon is following them. So he goes into the building and he's talking to Lazaro. Lazaro's like, what's up? What's good? He's like, man, I got a lot of information, man. Shit's crazy. It's going down. The Albanians, we could probably use the dope that we got, set the Albanians up and make it seem like they were the one that robbed them, because they the only one complaining. The Russians would chill. The Turks ain't say nothing. The Irish ain't say nothing. It's just the Albanians. It's just Nadim. Nicolia didn't say anything. So he's like, look, they got a shipment going on tomorrow. We can go over there. We could put the dope back there and make it seem like the Albanians were the one that did the hit. Now, Simeon comes through the front door and he looks and he's like, hey. And what does he see? The same ads from last night. London crowned cocaine capital of Europe. I told y'all, these are the hubs. So he pulls a gun and he's like, yeah, man, wait till the marshals hear about this. I'm telling Zeke. So he's like, what? Man, don't tell Zeke. But then he does the move that I always taught you guys. Fight for your life, y'all. Fight for your life. Defend yourself. He ends up whipping on him. Pow, pow, pow. He trying to shoot. He trying to pow, pow, pow. But anyway, it don't work. He pulls a shank out and he gets to stab him. So his brother catches a hammer to the jugular, and then he pulls a shank to the jugular. But he almost died because Jay came in, Jay the junkie. And Lazaro hears all of this going on. So Lazaro come out the back with the toolie, like, wait a minute. There's a body on the floor. He got stabbed in the neck. There's some random white guy at the door. All right, that's it. That's it. Put him up. Put him up. Are you trying to set me up? He's like, no, he's with me. He's like, well, shit, you gonna have to explain yourself too then. Lazaro came out with the 47 bricks with the toolie. And it turned out this guy was recording the whole conversation. Now, I don't know if it was transmitting back or if it was just a little recording device. But who walks around with a recorder on them? You know what I mean? That's like the most random thing to have on you, a recorder. Like, what are you recording throughout the day that you need a recorder? So Lazaro calls him out, and that's Duke's story. It's a little over an hour, but that's Duke's story, and we needed to tell it that way because it's our first time seeing Duke. Nah, elbow to gut don't happen until next week. But that's Duke's story right there. What y'all think about Duke so far? Is he cool? Can we blame his brother's death on him, though? You know what I mean? Can we blame the brother's death on Duke? We off the clock with Duke. So I'm looking at it as we got to blame. Like, there's really nobody else to blame for all of this happening. I mean, I guess we could look at Kingsley and say Kingsley was wrong. Maybe he was treating his old lady wrong, but we don't care about that. I like Duke as a character, but Duke's been effing up already, man. We didn't even get to episode 2 before he started messing up. I don't know what to say, y'all. I have no idea what to say. But hey, so really, as of right now, this story is 85% focused on Duke. We do have Zeke and C, and I'll do their story together just because it's the first time. Hopefully, we can expand on their stories because they didn't have too much individual like storyline. It's always crossed over with somebody. But I do like Zeke though. I fuck with Zeke. I fuck with Duke too. Let me see. Hmm. Duke and Joy. If Joy's baby's Duke, he's definitely gonna go at it. And the reason they're pushing all of this is to get Kingsley to come out of hiding just so he can get revenge. If you look at the big picture, this is this is a lot of work to try to get even with one person. You know what I mean? This is a lot of work. Is Duke trying not to go back legit? You know what I mean? What's the end goal? If Duke does this and gets at Kingsley, is he going to try to go legit after that? Is he going to try to get these bricks and start moving some dope and just become a kingpin? Because when you think about it, they just robbed. Let's just say it's 50 bricks, just to have it easy. It's probably 100 though. Let me, I gotta count it. So it's looking like one, two, three, or is it four? I can't. Let me see. It's a little one, two, three, one, two, three, nine, one, two, three, four, five, nine, 45. So about 50 bricks. We'll just say 50 bricks. Like they just stole 50 bricks. And they're about to not only steal 50 bricks, killed four people, killed the fifth. So kill five people, steal 50 bricks. About to go set the Albanians up. And all of this is just for him to get at Kingsley. I mean, I know Armando Rodriguez has his own agenda, but really? Joy ain't that bad. Joy, she's very beautiful, but she ain't that bad. Uh, that kid, I don't know who kid that is. I'm not trying to go after Kingsley that bad. I already killed the guy that killed my brother. So what do I need to go after Kingsley for? I don't have any beef with Kingsley. I was messing with Kingsley's wife. I was in the wrong. Now, she was really the one in the wrong. Joy was definitely the one that was wrong because he don't have no obligation or no loyalty to nobody. He's a single man, but he like, dog, your brother got killed because you was fucking a nigga's wife, bro. You can't be trying to get revenge for what you did wrong in the beginning. Unless we find out Kingsley did something to you prior to this to make you go at Joy, this is on you. What up, Poppy? Yeah, he was in life. You know what I mean? Like, we can't let this slide, y'all. I can't. For the rest of my life, I'm always gonna be thinking back, like, damn, Duke was messing with Kingsley's wife. Why? Why? There was girls at the club showing love. They was in there hugging this nigga. Oh, Duke, it's good to see you, Duke. We missed you, champ. Welcome back, champ. And you want to get the boss's wife? Come on, man. Yeah, that's why I thought the child was Kingsley's, because Kingsley's darker than old Dookie boy. But it is what it is, man. All right, so we got Zeke and C. We're gonna do those two together, and then I'm gonna get out of here and probably take a break, like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then we'll join back up because it'll be about 8. So if I do 9 o'clock, 9 to 12 is 3, 4 be 1. Yeah, I probably do that. Yeah, I put the blame on Joy. Joy takes the most blame. Joy takes the most blame out of this whole thing because she was the one that was married. And you should never ever get mad at the person that's messing with your person. You always got, like, I never understood that. I can't get mad at a guy for messing with my girl. I gotta get mad at my girl for allowing that shit to happen. You know what I mean? A man gonna be a man and a nigga gonna be a nigga. But now if I'm your boss and you trying to mess with my girl, now that's where we got a problem. That's where we got, now you cross the line, nigga. I'm putting money in your pocket only for you to try to something behind my back. That's where we got a problem. But yeah, if it's just me and my girl, and then there's a regular guy trying to get at my girl, I can't be mad at the guy for doing it. I gotta be mad at the girl for doing it because we together. I thought we was locked in. Look like the key done fell out. We ain't locked in. We off. But his brother would still be alive. His brother would still be alive if he didn't do that, man.
You're fucking delusional. You're fucking delusional.
I done unplugged the wrong thing. Hold on, y'all. Ain't that about a snitch? All right. So we got Z and C. Again, so this is just the first episode. Once we start, we get more characters because really we just got the three main characters. We don't have Joy's storyline yet. Z and C, they putting together Marshall promotion. I like it though. I will say I give the episode like a 7. I'm definitely interested in seeing how it plays out. I think the main thing that's really like piquing my interest is that they're in London, and I like going to London. I try to go to London 3 to 4 times a year, so it's like seeing all the stuff. Like, damn, I'd be over there, I'd be seeing that. So, and I mean, that's ultimately where I wanted to end up at. But I'm here in Germany, and they ain't making no movies here in Germany that y'all want to see, unless you're on Netflix. But and then I really can't. I ain't hate. Y'all know I am a hater, but I really can't hate on them because Duke is kind of on some.
I'm like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, I like it though. The acting is cool to me. Let me ask you guys this. Maybe it's the camera, but does the camera kind of give it's got to be the camera that they're using in like the lighting on the set because it kind of reminds me of like BT. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of like the camera they use on Beauty in Black. You know what I mean? Well, Beauty in Black ain't BT, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like, I don't know, it's like a certain camera that they're using. Sometimes cameras are too high quality, and when it's too high quality, it makes the show look a little weird to me. But it looks good, and y'all know it's aesthetically pleasing to me. That's the main thing. I don't like watching dark shows. I hate watching dark shows. I want to be able to see clearly what's going on, and I think they did a good job with this. No Lizzie. So I like it. All right. Take like the next 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. We're gonna talk about C. We'll talk about Kingsley real quick because we ain't went over Kingsley yet. What up, Nova? Yeah, you said, can you reply? My headset's not working. What's going on? Hopefully, we can get more people in here to watch this show. I think it's straight. I won't I won't put it up there yet. Like I'm gonna continue to watch, but they're gonna, I'm gonna be applying pressure to them. All right, so we see Kingsley. And where's it at? The picture ain't pulling up. So this is the family, the Marshall family. And what do we have? We got Cece, Kingsley, and Zeke. Now, if you look at the relationship between them, Cece, she's next in line to hold it down for the family. Zeke is supposed to be the face. So how it works is business, the face. That's where they're at. The end goal, that's where they're at. Now, right now, is his empire, and he's bringing his kids up under him. So we do see, bow, Duke does get hit after the bell, and it's like, damn, man, that's messed up, bro. Why y'all do that? Why y'all do that to our boy? That's fucked up. So this is Coleman Promotions. This is the rival. And Kingsley looking at him like, hey, bro, man, that's what y'all doing? Y'all not playing fair? Y'all hitting after the bell? It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. So Kingsley on him. Kingsley like, hey, bro, I'm not playing that ish. You could try that with another sucker, but not around here. Not up in my house. But Coleman ain't backing down. So he keeps watching. And then we start to see that Zeke and his father, Kingsley, really don't have a relationship that's like a father and son. Like me and my father growing up, my dad used to put his foot up my, woo! I used to fuck up so bad. My dad did not care. I averaged on a good week. On a good week, I probably got like 3 ass whoopers. On a regular week, probably about 5. On a bad week, probably like 8 or 9. But that's just the price of pain, the price of growing up. But you start hearing Zeke talking a little bit, especially when this reporter comes over. Kingsley, like, hey man, I'm not gonna answer those questions. Kingsley, he knows he's PR trained, media trained. He knows what he needs to do. He knows what to do and what not to do. Zeke don't. Zeke clean as hell, but Zeke don't know because he's a Nepo baby. So they tell the reporter to get the hell up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll escort you. We'll talk to you. We'll do an interview later on. But he tells his son, look, you got to keep it in the ring. Our job is talking about boxing, keeping it in the ring. Say, all right, Dad. But he also tells him, you're stupid. So shut up, boy. Don't be talking about the dope game. Now they go upstairs and this reporter is asking questions. Hey, is the Marshall Promotions tied to, let's say, cocaine, marijuana, heroin, ecstasy, Molly, heroin, Molly, oxy, opioids? What are y'all tied into any of that? And basically, he pulls a motherfucking big red on him. And he tells him, my office hours are. And the dude said, I don't know what time your office hours are. My office hours are. I don't know what time your office hours are. My office hours are. I don't know. Bow. Busted this nigga's knee. I said, damn, you should have just said 9 to 5, nigga. That's the easy office hours. So he gets his knee busted. Bow. And I said, damn, this nigga Kingsley ain't nothing to play with. Now, if we know Kingsley is doing this to reporters, I have to ask the question, what do you think he's going to do to someone screwing his wife? If he's doing this to a public reporter, what do you think he's going to do if he finds out that you are doing his wife? What do you think he's going to do, guys? Be your friend? Hang out? Be happy? No, he's going to whoop your ass. Well, anyway, he tells this reporter, nigga, you going to report on this. Duke won the championship. That's it. And he takes the notes out the book. I couldn't get a clear copy of it. I was trying to see though. It looks like it's just scribbled though. It don't even look like it's really words in here. But he rips the pages out and tells him exactly what he's going to report. And then that's when we find out that old boy is messing with old girl. But we see Zeke is living a wild lifestyle. Remember, his dad just called him stupid. Told him don't be talking about the business or anything. He comes out the bathroom with a little yellow bone. I'm like, damn. I told y'all about London now. I told y'all about London. Back in my single days, I met the love of my life in London. Beautiful. I came down the escalator. It seemed like a movie. Went to Shaka Zulu over in Camden Town. Came down the escalator. I tell y'all this story all the time because I'll never forget her. B is because she's beautiful to me. E is extraordinary to me. M is because my name is Mo. That's the M, you know. Oh, I is because I love you. N is for never leave me. E is ever, ever. Man, I went down the escalator, seen her. Oh my God. She had short hair too. I went over there, real player like, you know what I mean? Real player like. Real player like, had a little bottle on me, you know what I mean? Went over there, and that's the only time I ever froze up talking to a woman, man. The only time I ever froze up talking to a woman was that day. And here's what I was wearing that day, too. This is the day with the Dom Perignon in the hand. This is the day I went down the escalator and I seen who I thought was going to be the love of my life. Went down there with the bottle. I started talking to her, and she had a friend next to me. And then I turned to the friend and said something to her because I was joking around. And then when I turned back to talk to her, she said, "Where's your phone?" I pulled my phone out and didn't even say nothing. I just stood there. I froze up. I gave her my phone. She put it in there. Remember I told you the numbers is like 0. This is like my first time like really going out in London. You got like the zeros and shit. And I didn't know that I needed to just put the +44 in there. I thought I had you got to remove the 0. So I didn't put the +44 because I didn't know the London code at that time. So then I turned, like she took my phone and put it in there. And I turned to the friend. I said, "Man, I ain't never been speechless a day in my life." But I wasn't expecting her to ask me for my number. I was like, damn. And I didn't never save it. I saved the number, but I didn't save it right. And then I ended up getting a new phone. And I guess it wasn't meant to be, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was clean as hell that day. I was clean as hell that day, man. I think this is like 29-year-old Mo too. 29, maybe 30 years old. I blew it, guys. But yeah, Zeke over here, he a wild boy. He look like he on that booger sugar. But Zeke got him a little baddie. And look at his sister. She's looking like, nigga, I'm doing business. Why you over here bullshitting? Now, mind you, they are in Vegas. This is after the championship. But then Kingsley comes out with his wife, Joy. And he starts giving everybody a toast. Like, hey, shout out to the king. We won it. Mo, what would I do if I cross paths again? Well, at this point in life, I wouldn't do anything, At this point in life, I wouldn't, I say what's up to her, but I don't know what she looked like now. She had short hair then. She probably got kids and a family now. So I wouldn't do anything if I crossed paths with her. I probably crossed paths with her before, and I just didn't know that was her. Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her? Oh, woo, 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 oh, oh, oh. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, I walk by her every day at the store and in the grocery store. I know. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her? Oh, I don't know what I would do, man, but I don't think I would ever pass her. Oh well. Kingsley comes out with Joy, and he's like, "I'm showing love to my prize fighter here," not knowing behind his back, his wife and his evil ass employee are screwing. Now, okay, Zeke do got a baddie. Okay, Zeke, I did not know they showed her face. And he got an iced out Protect. Man, this nigga getting the money, man. I gotta stop. I gotta stop being broke. But the whole time, Joy is over there throwing that thing, but Kingsley doesn't know. So Cece comes up and she starts talking to Pops about the business. And he's like, "All right, I'm just making sure everything is cool. You know what I mean? We all right? We good? Everything copacetic?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm just making sure. I'm talking to some investors." So she's working. Zeke is bullshitting. And he's like, "Well, I got to go talk to the investors too. I got to make some shit happen." So after that, we don't see Kingsley anymore because, well, obviously he ends up going to jail. Duke goes to jail. He gets out. And the next time we see the kids is when we go to the actual promotion. And when we get to the promotion, we see that they running the drugs. They running it up. I'm talking about they getting money, real money, not that little play. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But we see how they running the money. They putting it in the slot machines and they shipping them out. And they whooping ass. The Albanians are whooping ass too. Cece's overseeing everything. She's the head one. She got all things under control. And again, Zeke is the face of the operation. So he's signing boxers and he's giving them a little bit of pounds up front. And that's what it's all about. Now they do have Joseph the Hammer versus whoever's on Coleman Promotions. And they up here and they going at it. C ends up talking to Duke once he comes because she sees him and she's like, oh, well, welcome back. As we went over during Duke's segment, oh, welcome back. You know, are you thinking about getting in the box? He said, nah, that's behind me. See, she doesn't know what Duke's actual plan is. She's just thinking that he's showing up. Now, I'm not sure if Zeke and C know that Kingsley had him set up to get beat, or they don't know what their father was into besides the dope game. So that's one thing we got to figure out. Do they know? And is there going to be a moment where they find out? Like, is Duke going to say your dad is the one that did that to me? Or maybe Joy tells them, hey, Kingsley ain't that good of a person, and like after they get discovered for messing around or something along that line. So they get the squabbling up here. She tells Simeon to go get the girls and start breaking it up. Now, this girl right here, she knows her shit. These girls, they just walk around looking good. But this one, she on her shit. So they go up there, diffuse the situation, and then Zeke gets called out. Hey, Zeke, Zeke, I got a question for you. Do you think that Duke is going to come and fight in the Marshall gym and be a trainer? Zeke like, what? Duke, who told you that? What make you think he would come work for us? Well, I got my sources. I can't reveal my sources, but do you think that Duke is gonna come and fight for y'all, help y'all do some training, so y'all boxers can actually be better than what they are? Because y'all be getting y'all ass whooped all the time, and Duke was a world champion before he got locked up the same day that he won the championship. He got locked up for killing a nigga. Yeah, you hear it first. Duke is gonna work for Marshall Gym. Everybody's like, oh shit, Duke is back. But we gotta make money. What did he tell Zeke? Keep it in the ring. Keep it in the ring. So Duke is gonna draw some money to us. Duke got a story to tell. Duke was a champion. Duke went to prison. Duke is out. Duke is back. Keep it in the ring. Now remember, he does go up to him and he lets him know, man, it's my dad's operation. And I'm running it now. So stand your ass down, nigga. This my shit. Don't question us. Don't say nothing. Just do what we say. Yeah, everything's gonna be okay. You hear me? Everything is gonna be okay. You just shut the fuck up and do as we say. Now the champ keeps antagonizing him, talking about, yeah, former champ. Former champ. Like, damn, all right, we get it. I'm the former champ, nigga. But if you need any tips, let me know. Hey, listen up real quick, nigga. Yeah, you back. In high school, you was the man, but nigga, this my shit now. My daddy gone, nigga, I'm running this shit. You get out of line, get your ass beat. Talk crazy, you get your ass beat. You do as I say in this motherfucker. You ain't gonna be fucking my sister. You ain't gonna be messing with none of the ring girls. You gonna do as I say in this bit. This is Marshall's gym. They call me Freaky Zeke for a reason, nigga. Because if you fuck around, I get freaky in that bit. And I'm like, boy, my name is Zeke for a reason, nigga. Cause I ain't lie. You did. You lied. Yeah, I'm the real Zeke, nigga. I know my birthday, nigga. So don't come in here with that bullshit, bruv. Okay, mate? You think you the champion, isn't it? Nah, hell no, nigga. Zeke is on his ass. Zeke is like, nigga, this ain't the same shit that my daddy was running. Nigga, this my shit. Get out of line, get your ass whooped. Talk to my sister Raw, get your ass whooped. Talk to the ring girls, you get your ass whooped. Zeke don't give a damn. What up, Detroit? Yeah, I like Zeke. I like Zeke. I already said this nigga Duke is a fuck up. Duke got his brother killed. Zeke is making a name for himself. I know his dad had the business, but his daddy gone. Zeke out here running things. And when Zeke find out that this nigga Duke is fucking up the operations, then we gonna have to see about him. We ain't getting in the ring with Hammer. You got to get in the ring with me. But I like Zeke. Zeke is pressing. Zeke is making it clear. Hey, this is what we doing. Now, his sister is actually the one in charge, though. See, she's the one in charge. But Zeke, that nigga, he like, hey, hell no. Nah. Like, we not just gonna blow past me. Like, I ain't really like that. You know what I mean? My dad built this shit, but this my shit now. His ass hiding. So I fuck with Zeke. It's just, we know how we've seen characters like Zeke. And it's like when you start getting too confident and you ain't really like that, it's gonna end bad for Zeke. Like he probably can get his ass whooped one time, but I like him stepping up for the family. Like, hey, even though I don't fuck with my dad like that, man, I'm still gonna hold this shit down. So I like that about Zeke. So we know how they did their little run up, but we're gonna look at it from the other perspective. So we know Duke and them robbed him. Yeah, where is that? He went and talked to Joy. Like, nigga, why are you going to talk to Joy when you found out that this nigga Kingsley had you whooped on and broke your hand because you was talking to her, nigga? How much get back do you want? Did you not learn, old man? They broke your hand and killed your brother because you was fucking Joy. Not because you were fucking joyful, but because you was fucking Joy. And now you're going back? Bruh, just stay away, man. This girl is no good. She's still married to this nigga Kingsley. You trying to, nigga, you gonna blow the whole operation, nigga. This guy's an idiot. But anyway, we go into the surveillance room. Look at Zeke. Zeke on the phone with it. Zeke on the phone with it. Like, what the hell's happening? Who? They robbed us. So they look at the security footage. And Simeon says it looked like one of them got shot. He got the tiger on there. We know who the man is behind the mask. The mask singer. Simeon is looking. This is how you know a nigga take his job too seriously. If you ever, and I mean if you ever, unless you own a basketball court or on the football field warming up, if you ever have a sweatsuit on and you have to pull up your sleeves, nigga, you're doing too much. There is no reason in the world that you should have your sleeves pulled up on a sweatsuit unless you're warming up in a sport like you're supposed to be. If you're just walking around in a sweatsuit and you got the sleeves rolled up, you're doing too much, nigga. Take the jacket off, bro. Take it off. But the security guy gets to laugh and he's like, ha ha ha, it's a tiger. Ha ha ha. Zeke chokes this nigga out. Like, dog, what the fuck is so funny, nigga? We just lost $3 million. They lost $3.5 million. Or was it was it dollars or pounds? If it was 3.5 million pounds, that's like 4.2 million almost. Let me see. It had to be pounds because they over in the UK. So yeah, 3.5 million pounds is $4.7 million. So they lost 4.75. They lost 4,700,000. 3.5 quid. But see, it's like, all right, let's figure this shit out. All we got is some grainy footage in this white van that everybody drives. Hey, what is this? Is this nigga? What is this? Like a little spider? Look at this dude. Is this a spider? Oh, that's the rabbit. He's laying on the ground still. So they caught 4 bodies, these 3, and then the one by the truck. So she's like, we got to find out who it is, especially with the investors coming in. Now, Joy shows up, and remember, they don't really respect Joy because, it's not their mother. It's just their dad's new wife. And since he's gone, they're trying to downplay it, act like they don't know each other. But I think C is peeping. I think C is the only one that may have known, like even back then, that something was going on with Joy. And that's why she didn't like Joy. Because remember, she told her dad, oh, there go Joy, instead of there goes your wife. He's like, why are you just calling her Joy? He's like, that's who it is, your wife, your new wife. And this nigga shows up with the same bullet hole from last night, which I think was the dumbest thing of the show. And Simeon sees it. I told you, any nigga with his sleeves rolled up is working too hard. He doing too much. But they end up having a meeting. And again, this meeting would never happen in real life because, yeah, you're talking over the phone, but you're talking about moving a lot of dope too. It's a good concept, but it is very, very risky because let's be honest. If you got this many drug lords in one spot, man, there's going to be surveillance on this. I mean, I get it. It looks cool. They own the the earpieces, but come on, man. Now, unbeknownst to them, Duke is on the call, and the Albanians are tripping out. Like, hey, man, we lost our shipment, man. Where's our money, bro? They're like, we'll get it. Don't worry about it. So he's tripping, but no one else is tripping. The Russians, everybody else is chilling because they know that, okay, these guys are consistent. Maybe it's a one-off. Every now and then, the dope is going to get hit and somebody's going to get it confiscated. But the Albanians, they like, nah. And we find out that C speaks multiple languages. So she heard what he said, like the blacks don't know what the hell they're doing. She said, we're doing just enough. Yeah, you said 3.5 quids. 3.5 quids is like $3. Well, like £3 and 50 cents or 50 pence. That's what theirs are called. Pence. But yeah, it's 3.5 million. So what? $4.7 million. So she speaks multiple languages. She's very smart, educated, business savvy, and I like that. Now, how calculated will she be? And could she potentially turn on the family if she finds out that her dad is up to no good? That's just something we could look at. And I like that this is a new series. So it's like, all right, whatever we come up with is, hey, there's no wrong answers because we don't know shit. There's nothing we can build off of because we don't know what they know, who they know, if they're introducing new characters or anything of that nature. So I like that. When it's just fresh, we get to just start out. And that's pretty much the end of theirs. Yeah, that's it. But that's what I was saying. Like, at this point, we really only have 3 characters. We got Duke's story, which we'll always have until I'm thinking the way they did this, that's off the clock. What you guys think about the Kingsley family, the Marshall family? I don't think they that bad. I think they're gonna get to the point where we're annoyed by them. But that's what we need to be. When people say, like, oh, snaps and pops, they gotta go. That's because they're characters that you're supposed to dislike. And if you can get a character that you dislike that you're supposed to, that's good. The hardest thing to do in the show is be a likable character when you're supposed to be and be an unlikable character when you're supposed to be. Though I think those are the hardest things to be. When we watch characters like, oh man, this dude ain't believable. He whack. We don't care about him. But if it's like, damn man, we hate this person. I think that's probably one of the hardest things to be. Is a character that we're supposed to like and people actually liking you, or a character we're supposed to hate and people actually hate you. That when I watch shows, that's what I look at. Yeah, the dude Jay, we really haven't seen him much, but you already know his storyline. His storyline is him fucking up. He's either gonna get drunk, high, or something, running his mouth. He's gonna probably tell Papa Duke that Duke is into some bullshit. Um, Zeke, of course, he gonna keep pushing. He's gonna, he gonna get tried, and then he gonna get tried, and Hammer's gonna probably step in because Hammer's cocky. We're eventually gonna see Duke start training again with Papa Duke, and like I said, I think my prediction. I'm gonna put this in episode 1. I think my prediction is gonna be he's gonna end up fighting for the championship belt against Zeke's guy, Hammer. It's gonna be Duke versus Hammer. I think that's what's gonna be like the ending of the season. He's gonna get back into training with his dad. They're gonna build their bond, and then he's gonna have to fight for that belt. Even if it's not like for the belt, they're gonna probably do some sparring. Hammer's gonna be like, I hope they don't go down that route where they sparring and he hitting them a little bit too hard, and he's like, hey man, you supposed to be sparring, man. Chill. And he's like, well, I thought you Hammer didn't need to learn that. Like, I hope they don't go like down that whack shit. Because there's other ways you could do it. You could have Hammer whoop on him a little bit. You know what I mean? Hammer going too hard. And since he's been out the ring a little, what I'm saying? Let him take some L's, but we don't want to see him coming in there. He ready to go like a well-oiled machine. So, let him ease his way back in there. But we'll see how it goes. Either way, I'm gonna watch it. I like the series. I'm only giving the episode a 7 because I'm expecting them to give us better each and every episode. But this is like, all right, good. I can watch this. It's not bad. The acting is cool. The storyline is good. Again, I say it's easy to follow because at the moment we only have 3 main characters. Well, we have 1 main character and then 2 B characters, and then everybody else is like just C's. Simeon came and gone. His brother Caleb came and gone. We ain't gonna see Aiden but a couple of times until we find out if that's his son or not. Joy's probably not gonna play that big of a role, but she's gonna be in and out the picture. Kingsley, until he pops back up, he's not really gonna be too prevalent. I think the Albanian guy, though, I think he might be a key player moving forward. Papa Duke, Big Dookie, I think he's gonna be motivational, help his son out, help him get right. Do I think Kingsley will confront Duke about Joy? Eventually, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily going to be Kingsley confronting him about Joy. I think it's going to be because remember, Kingsley is hiding. So at this point, Kingsley doesn't. We don't even know if the kids are in contact with him. But Kingsley doesn't know that Duke is out doing any of this. Remember, Duke got out, and when he hooked up with Lazaro through Armando, Stefano, Pino, all these damn O's. When he met Armando was like, hey, look, I got something for you to live for. And if you take this person out, then when you get out, I'm going to hook you up with Lazaro, and then y'all be going, because he said he got a lot of money. Now, of course, he's obviously a rival to Kingsley. So I think eventually it's going to get to the point where they start messing all this stuff up. Kingsley will probably come back maybe episode 3. I wouldn't want to see Kingsley come back after episode 1. Because we gotta set it up. They said they were going to set up the Albanians to make it look like they stole the drugs. So set that up, blow that up, and then episode 3, he like comes back, shows his face or something. That's how I would want to see it. I would want to see him stay away a little bit, just because if Kingsley comes back, I don't think we're going to be able to develop Zeke and C. I want to know more about the kids. And then Kingsley comes back. We know he's a kingpin. We know him and Duke got their issues because of Joy. But at the same time, it's like, all right, we don't know too much about Zeke and C, what they actually got going on their day-to-days. Kingsley is hiding because he probably owes some money. And that's why Armando was looking for him. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, we know we get it. He's the kingpin. But the day-to-day operation, that's what we want to see, because they're building up the ring girl. So the ring girl is going to be around Zeke because she's going to be in there working. Also, Simeon had to go to the ring girl. So the ring girls are like, they're going to be important. They're going to be at least the one that knows about boxing. So if we're looking at the characters, Duke, Zeke C, Kingsley, Lazaro, Jay, Papa J kind of in and out, the ring girl, and Hammer. So those are our 9 characters, and then the Albanian. But I don't know how much is he gonna play. Like if they do set him up, or are they gonna switch it around? Yeah, it's a decent show. It's not bad. I'm not gonna get on here and lie to y'all. Man, y'all, it's a must watch, man. If you don't watch it, I won't say you're like missing out on anything, but I think it's good, and it replaces my Friday show, so I'm definitely gonna continue to watch it. But I give it a 7 now, and then hopefully the other episodes are gonna pick it up. But Duke is back, y'all. Duke is back. I like it. I mess with it. It can only get better. The acting is cool, and you really don't even. To me, I haven't heard anybody with a strong English accent. To me, it's like, all right, you can tell, they're British, but it's not like a strong accent. So I'm cool with that. But what we did, 2.5 hours. Again, this live is going to be a little bit shorter because we don't know anything to build off of. So coming up with theories and predictions is kind of tough, because we haven't seen the characters. We don't know what they're going to develop into. But y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We will be going live for Raising Canaan. I want to say if I do at 10 would be 4. I could do 4 to 8. That'd be 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna aim for 4 p.m. Eastern for. I want to do that, or could I push it back later? Because if I push it back later, then I really don't want too much time in between. I'm gonna try for 4. Just turn your notifications on. If you're in the Discord, it's pinned in the comments. You can join the Discord, but it's either gonna be 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern. But I'm about to chill in between this because I'm easily gonna knock out at least 3 hours. So we might do 10 to like 1. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. We're gonna do 4 to 7 p.m. 4 to 7 p.m. I only do the closed captions when I'm going back and watching it, because when I'm trying to get the screenshots, I'm not trying to have the captions. I mean, to me, I just like the clean look. I don't think it would bother y'all if we had the captions on the show, like while we're on here. But I don't know. Oh shit, man. I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't going nowhere. I told y'all I'm stationary until the last week of August. So this weekend, the next 4 weekends, I'll be here every Friday to do a live. And we got the finale next week. I'm gonna try to do a first reaction for Raising Canaan also. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be back in maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we'll do Raising Canaan. Try to get Brillo on here for maybe an hour. And we'll knock out the characters, because again, we only have Kanan, Rock, Marvin, and Juke. That's the only stories we got. Breeze, but that's gonna be a breeze because Breeze got fired on his day off. Rock got fired from 2 jobs. Shit, Rock then lost more jobs than a little bit. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Uwajeh, man. I'm gonna see y'all in a couple of hours, and we're gonna talk about raising Canaan. Remember, you can run, but you can't hide.
If you run, but you can't hide.